Evie.
Hello, my name is Ashley Kuiper, and I'm the Creative Leadership Program Director at Rivers of Steel.
What is your favorite thing about your that you like about your jobs that you do?
About my job? Well, I really love my job because you know what I get to do?
What?
I get to talk to people all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, I get to talk to people. I get to do a little bit of teaching. I get to do a little bit of art, sometimes with kids like you, sometimes with senior citizens, sometimes with just regular people from the public. That's fun, right?
What's the best career decision that you've ever made?
The best career decision that I ever made? Well, at first I'll say that this is actually my third career.
Nice.
Is that weird?
No.
So when I was right out of college, I was a landscape architect, and then I went back to school to get an art degree, and then I was a professor. I taught landscape architecture and art, and then I decided what I really like to do was work with communities. And so I started my own practice, and I was working with communities in Pittsburgh, and I found out that Rivers of Steel was looking for someone like me, and so I chose to come work with them because they're awesome.
What do you read?
What do I read? Well, I have a lot of interests. I like to read a lot about plants. I like to read about ecology in the earth, and I like to read about, well, kind of how people work together in places to do things. And I love to read stories about how people are working to help change the world to be a better place.
Nice. Personal question. What is your favorite color?
What's my favorite? It's blue. Can you tell?
What are your work hours?
Well, my work hours are kind of weird. Sometimes I have to be out in a community in the evening. And so if I have to have an evening meeting, then usually I don't start working till later in the morning. Sometimes I do my best thinking when it's dark outside. So sometimes everybody else in my house will go to sleep, and I'll go to my computer and work, mainly when I need to do some writing, because I'm weird. I can't write when the sun is out. And sometimes I work on the weekend. It just depends on where I need to be and who I need to talk to and what I need to get done.
What do you think is your greatest strength?
Well, I was a teacher for a long time, and my parents were both teachers, and I thought I didn't want to be a teacher, which is a really funny thing. But I actually think that having been a teacher, it really helps me to get to know what people's strengths are and what their interests are. And then when I'm talking to them, I can figure out what the best way to talk to them is, because I get to know from being a teacher how to work with people.
How long have you been in this position?
I've been working a long time. I was a professor for 20 years, and then I had my practice for about 4 years, and now I'm in my second year with Rivers of Steel.
Okay. What do you like best about your job?
What I like best about my job is that it's very flexible, and I get to do a mix of things. So sometimes I'm working with people, sometimes I'm writing grants, and sometimes I'm writing proposals. I get to draw, which I love to do, and then I get to do some teaching, and sometimes I get to teach other people how to draw.
What led you to your certain career job?
Well, you know, sometimes life has a really interesting way to lead you in different directions. So when I first went to college, I thought I was going to end up being just a straight up landscape architect. And then actually I went to school for architecture, and then I found out that there were special kinds of architects that worked with the environment. and I really love the outdoors, and so that led me to, switch over to landscape architecture. And then after I was in landscape architecture, I really didn't like being in an office and working at a computer all the time, so I decided to go back to art school. And so then I got the opportunity to actually be a professor, which I loved for a very long time. And then I decided that I really would like to spend more time working with people in the community. So my job has changed over the years as I've gotten interested in different things.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.